Hey, what's up? I'm Guy.
I'm John.
It's our YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. Give this video a like.
Check out the podcast below in the description.
And also check out our sponsor, Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Yep. #1 vodka in America. Tito's.
Crafted to be savored responsibly. The report being
that the Dolphins or the Carolina Panthers are going to trade for Watson before week 1. I will fall out of my chair and be that stunned. If this situation with him is still going on. 4 3-1s and 2-2s.
Yeah, for like the regular, for full price. No discount.
So I'm getting a guy who has the feds after him right now, trying to decipher this case, and I'm going to trade 3 1s and 2 2s. How could you possibly? I don't even think a trade is possible up until this is done.
The rare combination, John. No, I do not. The rare combination of being under investigation but refusing to play for the one team that, but also demanding a trade.
Do you think they would even play him though if he was dead set on coming back?
If he just was a Texan and, they had him showing up at camp.
I think if he was a Texan, I think he would play probably.
I feel like the NFL would have to step in and just prevent it, like Trevor Bauer style. Now Trevor Bauer, there's a trial going on.
Yeah,
but
getting dicey too.
It feels like maybe that would be what the NFL. To me, it would be pretty weird for him to be playing football for the Texans right now.
Like John Heyman, we get it. It's going to get extended again another week. Every week, John Heyman's like, administrative leave, push back another week. He ain't coming back this year.
They're only doing it on 1 week cycles just in case.
Yeah, they traded for Max Scherzer. They're done with this guy for this year. He's not going to get traded until this goes.
My question is not so much is he going to get traded, because I agree with you. That feels like a non-starter. My question
3
is
1s and a 2?
My question more is, are the Dolphins really outdone with Tua, or is it just as simple as hey, Deshaun's really good, whatever? I understand the Panthers, but are the Dolphins just out?
Do you think this though? Let's say this situation. I'm with you. Yeah, I think both these two teams are out. Why would both these two teams hey, we'll call you when the season's over. Let's just see what we have, right? Or at least till the trade deadline.
But what I'm saying is, why would if the report is true that the Dolphins are actually why would the Dolphins even consider it unless they thought Tua was absolutely no chance of starting quarterback for them? Again, we don't really know how much they considered it. Maybe their thing is hey, call us back when this whole thing clears up. But
okay, my question is this on Deshaun Watson. Before this ever came up, I think he would have been worth 3 1s and 2 2s, right? Before any of this massage therapist, and he was known, I don't know, as this super high character guy that Dabble called Michael Jordan and everyone beloved, and he was a good player. If you trade a guy like that under contract, he's 25, would have been worth a shitload. But then this happens. So even if it goes away, I think this situation is one of those that it's like you buy a house and then the inspector goes in there and they're like, you need a brand new air conditioning unit and both bathrooms might be fucked. And you're like, holy shit, we got to go back to the negotiating table. And then they come back a week later. They're actually like, nope, actually we're good. I think the bathrooms are good and the airflow is going to be okay. You would never quite think the same thing. Is this unit going to go out? Are we going to get cold air? Or is one of these bathrooms, is the water going to stop? You never forget that. How can his value ever be the same what it was previously? I don't think it can, Guy.
Because all it takes is one team to go, we think he's a top 5 NFL quarterback. And a second team to go, yeah, we agree. And then...
Yeah, there is a supply and demand for sure. But what if Sam Darnold is actually just really good for them? What if they have success? What if they made a wild card?
But
Tua,
could he be a top
I would say
5,
Miami
top
makes
7 quarterback?
Well, the one thing you'd want to do right now if you're the Texans is to put out there, we got people lined up.
Yeah. But, okay, well then trade him.
Well, they can't, Guy, because he's pretty toxic right now.
The situation for Miami, Miami is so Tua is fascinating. They are, I think, must watch in the NFL every week right now. Not just because they should be good, but they drafted Tua, who was as famous as it gets coming into a draft, over Justin Herbert. And everyone was like, yeah, cool. And it wasn't, this guy's just as physically gifted. We just think he's better. And they're going to give up on it. I am blown away if Miami's really considering it. I'm not even saying they shouldn't be considering not going forward with Tua. I just can't believe after what they drafted him hurt. He was hurt. So he couldn't start the year. So he didn't get a full year. Then they're playing back and forth with Fitz. This video brought to you in part by our friends DraftKings. Use the promo code HAM. Download the app. Get in our league linked below.
Yep. Also, our friends at mybookie.ag, promo code HAM and the number 1. College football is rocking and rolling. The NFL's right around the corner. Get your gamble on. mybookie.ag, promo code HAM1.
It's just crazy. Like, is he
week
going
one
on the Josh Rosen path? Like, is that really
week one?
happen?
Tua versus Patriots, pretty good, intriguing game. That's a good week one game.
That's awesome.
That's a good week one game.
Yeah.
I would say that, and if Carson Wentz were to play, are like ones like I'm sneaky most intrigued to watch.
Because here's the thing with Tua, like
Chargers Washington actually is pretty good too.
You watch Low Neal on TV. You watch Tua for 5 minutes or even just for a week. Like, he might not do anything spectacular, right? His arm's just not that great. But is he going to be a winning quarterback? He might be. Maybe they win some games. I don't know. Isn't part of Tua just like leader, just like unifier, like winner, right? Like gutsy.
Oh, we're gonna find out. I think sometimes
we are.
people, when they use that with the players from great programs, that was a Tebow thing, right? I'm not trying to. This guy was a much better thrower than Tebow. I'm not trying to compare it, but that is something that will get you yelled at in a draft meeting. He's a winner. What do you mean by that?
Right.
Like, yeah, Tebow won a lot, and he was responsible for it. But it's like, he was playing on teams with. I saw something with Urban Meyer. I was listening to something. Maybe it was Michael Lombardi that said him and Belichick went to a practice years ago, and he went up to Urban. He's like, "You have more first rounders on your team than me." Kind of being kidding, but kind of being serious.
Yeah. Well, he gets to pick them.
Well, yeah, and it just some of these. That's
every team in the NFL gets a first rounder. Not every team in college gets a first rounder.
But Saban, how many first rounders did Tua play with? I mean, we can do the math at the probably within one more year, and that whole class is out. I bet it adds up to close to 30.
Right, and I'm not even kidding. And his backup quarterback.
And really, a lot of the
his
30
backup his backup was a first rounder.
Well, I can do off the top of my head the 4 wide receivers, the running back. That's 5 first rounders. He played with 4 wide receivers and a running back that were all first rounders. That's pretty nuts.
You think Dickerson's a first rounder if he's not hurt?
100%. The right tackle was. Jonah Williams
Carpenter?
Was. Who?
James Carpenter, was that before Tua?
Yeah, before. But the dude from Davis High, Jonah Williams.
Yeah.
So both tackles, the center, was picked 37 with a torn. The center was picked 37 with a torn ACL. He was playing on one of the most stacked collegiate offenses in the history of the sport, right? That's not even hyperbole, is it? No. Like, just by the numerics of the way the guys were drafted. Oh yeah, like Leatherwood overdrafted like 17. Like some guys like where we come from, like Fresno State, like you get drafted like 3rd round, like woohoo, moment for the program.
Undrafted free agent, it makes the front page of the .com. Go Bulldogs.com.